How are y'all doing? Welcome to Green Card Guys TV. In this episode, we're going to talk about what the what the differences are for if you were to apply for U visa or VAWA. Okay, when you apply for VAWA, that's the form I-360, and when you apply for U visa, it's I-918. And the main difference is, so we're going to go straight to details. The main difference is that uh, U visa, if you're not aware of this, requires another form called certification. Okay, it's certification 918B. And so what that means is that you have to, I would say, it's not collaborate, but that's essentially what it is. You need to help with the investigation. You need to provide the story of what happened, okay, of the incident, of the abusive incident or the crime. And the other thing is that for VAWA, VAWA, Violence Against Women Act, the person who abused you has to be a U.S. citizen or resident, but it has to be your spouse, okay? And U visa, it does not have to be a spouse. It could be a partner, it could be a random person, and also U visa has a long list of crimes that you could qualify. It doesn't have to be assault or anything related to abuse. So if you have any questions, please drop it in the comments. Let me know. We greatly appreciate it. We want to see if we can point you in the right direction. Okay, friends. And by the way, we should be tuning in from, you should be able to tune in from Facebook, our Facebook group. So let me share, our Facebook group is called Green Card Guys Academy. Should be scrolling here. So that's where we share more tips and information. Other folks in there, members of our group, also share their experience. So join that while you can. And by the way, friends, if you are tuning in, watching us for the first time, and you would like a free 15-minute preliminary discussion, maybe like more like a strategy session, see if you're even eligible for any avenues or pathways right now, you're welcome to give us a call, okay, at this number up here, 346-330-5888, and our cares team will get back to you as soon as possible. Or if you're watching this at work, you can text us. And the only way to get that free 15 minutes, friends, you have to provide this not so secret code, Green Card Guys. So let's see. And also, if you do have time, we greatly appreciate if you can fill out the intake form down below in the description box. That will save time for everyone, especially with a lot of kiddos running around. Better to get that done now. Okay, we got a question here. Aditha, yeah, I remember you have some questions about U visa in general. Did USCIS give out any work permits yet? As far as I know, no. It's only been an announcement, but if you have, from what we heard so far, if you have already filed the Form 765 with your initial U visa package, then they say they're supposed to issue you a work permit automatically. The timeline, though, not entirely sure. It's only an announcement. They say, from what I read, you can file, if you have not filed the 765 yet, you can file it now if you have some kind of what they call a bona fide determination. So, I mean, with lawyers, we also call that prima facie determination, essentially meaning the government USCIS could approve you, like officially approve you, but they don't want to yet because, unfortunately, there is a cap of 10,000 per year. Okay, so I know it sounds like a lot, but if you've been waiting for U visa for a while now, and you can tell your friends that this is why we need to contact our politicians, our elected officials, and let them know there's actually a lot of victims of crimes. Because again, this is not just for assault or abuse from a partner or spouse. This can be for, I've had clients who were a victim of drunk driver and their car got hit. Unfortunately, they didn't suffer any bodily injury, but of course there was damage to the car. That counts as a crime. So he is a victim of crime. And you might not know this, friends, but you can, if you are an applicant, you can petition for your, as a derivative, your children and also a spouse. We've also had, I want to share another story. We've had some viewers here and also clients who have been victims of robbery. Okay. If they worked at a convenience store or even it happened at their house, this does count as well. So here's the thing, whether it's VAWA, VAWA, or U visa, you need to call 911. Sorry, my voice cracked a little bit there. I was trying to emphasize, you need to call 911. The police are supposed to be there to help you. If I know some of you are fearful of calling police, but please know that if you call in a distress call, and the dispatch operator will let the police know. Okay, I know other people have called in, asked our office, like, okay, what happens if you get pulled over? Okay, either way, in those kind of situations, they're not supposed to ask for your legal status, but if they do, don't comment on it. Just tell them, I prefer not to mention it. And you don't want to lie. If you're not a U.S. citizen or resident, don't say that you are. At least don't do a false claim for U.S. citizenship, because that is a permanent bar. Okay, so that even if you're not saying that to immigration official. Okay, love. I do see a question. I'll get to your question in a bit, but I want to finish about the differences on the VAWA and U visa. Okay, so I'm going to pull up a list here on the. Okay, so VAWA, the wait time is not as long, but there's still a wait time. Okay, there's no maximum limit. However, you have to file the I-360 first application, and then after that's approved, then for the adjustment of status, I-485. Okay, friends. So I'm looking at my screen here. I need to check the visa qualifying crimes list, because this could be a situation where you could qualify. Many people don't know, but we have a lot of situations where people call in or Zoom in, I guess you can say, and that's what we verify first. So some of the examples here is, and we're also going to stay tuned all the way to the end, because we also have want to share some red flags, some situations where clients have maybe missed the mark, missed the timing on certain things. So we'll mention that in a second. But back to qualifying criminal activities, crimes that you could qualify for. By the way, there's also what we call like a catch-all phrase. So they call it other related crimes, but we always want to try to see if it will count towards U visa. So just because you don't think it counts, it's always worth trying. Even, for example, perjury is on the list if you've been a victim of that. Of course, there's more severe, serious ones they're all serious, right? But like rape, prostitution, sexual assault, slave trade, stalking, torture, trafficking, witness tampering. Doesn't sound as severe, but it is, of course, intimidation tactic, right? So you want to consider that. Other than obvious ones like murder, manslaughter, there's also kidnapping, incest, hostage. This is rough, but female genital mutilation, false imprisonment, extortion, and blackmail, and abduction. So that's a long list already, actually. So like I said, we've had clients who've been a victim of drunk driving. That's not on the list, but we're able to advocate for our clients to get that approved. Okay, so just because you don't see it on the list does not mean it does not count. So hopefully that helps you, give you some guidance there. Love, don't worry, I'll get right back to you, okay? But Aditya, you had a question about the U visa biometrics appointment updates. You can't track it. Oh, can you mail USCIS for it? You mean request an update? I assumed you had applied a long time ago, but if it's recent, when did you mail your application to begin with? Let me know. But U visa, you would just have to call in the 800 number. Okay. So hopefully you get the receipt notice already, at least for the 918. Unfortunately, there's no specific timeline. I mean, in general, it's supposed to be out about 1 month after filing your case. Okay. But I know that there's been delays about biometrics in general because of the pandemic and not as many people working in their offices in the mailroom. Tommy, you got a question. Welcome again. So once BFD is issued to applicant, is there any way we can apply for parole to its derivative, your wife abroad? That's a great question. Unfortunately, this is only for the news about the BFD is only for the EADs, for the work permit. You have to be officially receive the approval notice before you can apply for your derivatives. Okay, that's the last I checked. That would be great if you can apply for your derivative spouse or children, but you have to have the visa first. That's the critical thing there first. Okay. Let's see what else I want to share about the difference on U visa. Oh, I did mention I wanted to say what the red flag is. Okay, so I know your end goal is probably not to become naturalized, go through the naturalization process to become a U.S. citizen. You can do that after you get the resident status, right? LPR. But before you can get LPR, you have to have U visa. So after 3 years of U visa, you can apply to become apply for adjustment status, resident status. Okay, but if you wait after 4 years, that is a problem because you're supposed to file between the 3-year mark and the 4-year mark. Okay, so for our clients that we help proactively for our U visa cases, for example, we do for all cases, but for example, when we know someone is eligible for the next step, for the next status, I guess you can say upgraded status, like permanent resident, and even for removed conditions, we put that in a calendar for our clients and a reminder for our team to help you. Okay, so it's very important because you don't want to miss those deadlines. There is a way. We do have a couple clients that came to us and asked us to help file their extension of the U visa and then also apply for adjustment status. That is possible. It's rare, but it is possible, and it of course depends on the facts of your case. Okay, so that's very important. Again, after 3 years of U visa, you can apply for adjustment of status. Do not wait. Okay, some people forget, so put it on your calendar. Very important. And they want things like, for example, evidence that you have been residing continuously in America. Of course, you can travel outside America after you have the visa in hand. Okay, not just the BFD. Very, very important that you know the difference. Okay. Let's see. So, okay, Tommy, you got a question. Love, I hope you're still staying on board there. We'll get to you soon. By the way, if you want to message us on Facebook, okay, you can do that here. That's one way to contact us, or you can contact us on WhatsApp at the same number. Okay, by the way, if you called our 469 or Dallas number, and sometimes it doesn't completely connect with our 346 number right now, but we're in the process of changing provider, so please know we'll call you back for sure, but please leave a message. We greatly appreciate that. Okay, back to the comments. Tommy, they send your wife's appointment for biometric to U.S. Okay, you sent USCIS about that matter. You inquired, I guess, with USCIS, but haven't got reply. It's been 4 months already since I sent it. Tommy, it sounds like the situation that we should connect. Okay, we can fill out our intake form down below, and our cares team will see if we can point you in the right direction. Okay. And then back to Love. Okay, Love, I appreciate your question. Let's see. Your DS260 app. We try not to answer specific questions like this because we need to review all documentation. Okay, Love. But let's see. Let me see if I can answer your question. It asks about arrest or conviction, but not convicted. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I mean, if you are the beneficiary, or if your spouse is the beneficiary and that person was arrested but not convicted, you do have to mark yes. Okay, if that's what asking the question. That they just kind of have both triggers there, because we have some people that are arrested, or clients that were arrested but not convicted and didn't have to sign any kind of plea bargain, and that's okay. It's okay to let them know. You want to tell the truth because eventually they will know, right? Because you have to, when an applicant is abroad outside America, you have to provide something they call criminal clearance record. It's basically, if you're in the US, it's basically like a background check. All right. Even if you don't have any convictions, they just want to see and review what you have. Okay. They want to double check on that. Hopefully that was helpful. Love, love. Tommy, you're welcome. Appreciate you guys. You have a great day as well. Aditha, you did get the receipt number. You did not get biometrics because I sent it to the wrong location. You're waiting for the reply or new appointment in your location. Yeah, I don't know what it's like during the pandemic on that, because in the past when we called in a hotline, they just said, I asked them, can my client just show up at the local office? Because we've had some clients, they travel for work, right? So when they could be in a different city when they receive that notice. So before the pandemic, they were able to go to different locations. They just had to wait in line, and of course, recommend go early. I think at least 8 a.m. is when they open. So they might even open earlier than that. But anyway, just wanted to share that. So if you do call in the 800 number, the USCIS hotline, Aditha, ask them if you can just go ahead and visit. Okay, I don't. At least before pandemic, you didn't need to wait for another new biometrics notice. But because I'm thinking, it sounds like what you're saying, you did receive a biometrics notice, so that there is some kind of skew code, but just the wrong location, then and then it should be okay. But you want to double check with them, okay? And then the other thing is, there is a USCIS website or web page about different biometrics locations. I'm pretty sure we saw it before, so it still should exist. But if you need to find out exactly the address, let us know, and our cares team will try to point you in the right direction. Okay, Aditha. So let me make sure I covered all the main differences, okay, about VAWA U visa. But if anyone has questions about it, not sure which one to go through, you're not live right now, but you're watching later on, please fill out the intake form down below. Okay, starts with Ting Law, or just give us a call. If you call us during off hours right now, we have an answering service, to be honest. So please know they don't understand immigration law. They're just there to collect your information, and we'll call you during our open hours, okay? But we're trying to figure out a process and are hiring a new team member to see if they can handle the off-hour calls, because we do get a lot after 5 or 6 p.m. through the midnight, actually. So we are available to you, okay? By the way, friends, again, if you're just tuning in for the first time, we do offer free 15-minute preliminary discussion, essentially like a strategy session to see if you're eligible for something, or really just point you in the right direction if you have that one question that's been bugging you and you're stuck on something. I'll provide our team. When you call in or text us, this not so secret code, green card guys. Okay, it's right down below here. We greatly appreciate it. Let's see. But yeah, if you need more than 15 minutes, of course, we do offer it. Okay, let me see if I can find the link here, but here it is. If you need more than 15 minutes with our legal team, it might not necessarily be with me. It could be with one of our other attorneys, so they can assist you. And our cares team will ask you questions in advance to see if we can assist you. They can assist you first, okay? Let's see here. So again, about U visa. Yeah, it's big in the news right now. It's very important that you do help with the prosecution, okay, the investigation of the criminal case, because if you don't, then the police is not going to certify or sign your other form that's required. Okay, so that's something we help with. Our team helps with that all the time, and I'll tell you why it's important to have a lawyer. I completely get it. Your budget might be different. You can go to a nonprofit, honestly, but you're gonna get different customer service. If you can't tell by now with our channel, Green Card Guys TV, and if you've been receiving our e-newsletter, then you know by now our customer service. But if you're just tuning in, we are very prompt. We provide timely updates to your case. You have access to our attorneys, whether it's myself or other attorneys on our legal team, so that you know exactly what's going on in your case. We also, friends, provide a response to emails. Can you believe that? It's very important. Some people call us and say, look, they want to change lawyers because their lawyers, their current lawyer doesn't respond to emails for some reason. I get it. Who knows? Hopefully, nothing bad happened to them health wise because of COVID-19 coronavirus. But I've heard that before the pandemic. Okay, so you might already have a lawyer, or if you have an immigration consultant or notarial, please be careful. You want to make sure you file before the deadlines, do everything correct. So let me share a story with you. We've had a client who requested U visa, okay, through another lawyer somewhere else in America. And that lawyer said that, okay, the district attorney said no, they're not going to sign the certification form because that applicant, that client had, one or two crimes on their list. I think it was like DWI, nothing, no assault, nothing like that. But the district attorney said they were not willing to sign it based on that criminal history. What did we do? Let me share that with you. We have a solution to that immigration problem. We are proactive. You don't only have to get the certification form from the police department, the law enforcement agency. You can go sheriff department, because in this case, the sheriff department was actually the arresting agency who arrested the what do you call it? Perpetrator, okay, the defendant, criminal defendant. Or what we did, we mailed in the request to all three agencies. The third one was also, or the fourth one, I guess, was the court, okay, the criminal court, because a judge can also sign off on it. And friends, here's another thing you might not know. It does not have to be the judge that reviewed or presided over the criminal case, okay? So that's something to know, okay, friends? You want to hire a lawyer that's proactive and go and try multiple ways. So we didn't give up. We tried multiple ways, and it worked out for a client. We were able to get this certification form signed for him. It's a 918B. Okay, if he didn't have a lawyer, or if he continued with that first lawyer, it likely would not have happened. Okay, and he was actually detained too. So we acted very fast and we were proactive. Okay, so just want to share that story, give you an example of the differences of lawyers. You want to ask that whoever you're thinking about hiring, how proactive they are. Okay, because a lot of lawyers know what I just shared with you, but it's about customer service and how proactive their legal team is. Okay, we can't promise that we're going to respond to you in 1 hour, but our policy is 24 hours, whether it's by email or phone. We do our best. Okay, but I don't think any law firm can respond in 1 hour. Sometimes I'm able to respond in 30 minutes, but I can't promise that for everyone. Okay, so just want to give you a little bit snippet of a story or positive case experience, and hopefully that shares how we take care of our clients. Okay, we solve immigration problems all day, every day, all across the U.S. and outside America. But friends, I don't see any other questions for now. So, I did remember that I did answer your question. So hopefully you were tuning in at that time. Friends, until next time, please continue wearing a mask, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay. Oh, Aditya, I do see a question here. Will it be a problem if you change lawyers frequently on your case? There's already been 3 lawyers. He's not active, not responding. There's no USCIS does not mind if you change lawyers. Okay, there's no restriction on that, but we're happy to review your case. It sounds like you already filed your case, so I wouldn't say it's urgency to change lawyers, but if you have questions throughout the processing of a case, that's what we're here for, right? Because if you hear any updates, we're available for that as well. That's why we share also email newsletters every couple of weeks to update our clients. So even though you filed your case already, you might want to consider changing lawyers. Up to you. Especially, our law firm doesn't like to become a new lawyer if you already have a lawyer and they're responding and they're providing proper advice, right? But if they're not responding to you, or anyone's having a hard time with that current lawyer, we're happy to help. Okay, friends. So Dita, hopefully that answered your question. All right, friends. So we'll try our best to see you on Friday. If not, we're going to have more videos anyway that we'll upload to our channel. And anyway, we'll provide you free tips. Until next time, please continue wearing your mask. Take care.